Hi, my name is Autumn Creekmore. I'm here with Poker in the back, and we're going to be doing a video fully grooming and tacking up to ride. I'm going to be demonstrating how I would get ready for a lesson or for schooling in an English style riding. First, grooming. My phone is propped up and it is mud season. As you can see, he is filthy. He is tied to the actual pole and not to the ring that is attached to that post, pole. Because in case he does freak out and pull back, he is less likely to break that off. A couple other concerns for tying out here is the roof is really low and he's a very tall horse. If you had a pony or something, that might be not as much of a concern, but he's about 17 hands high, so he can easily hit that. So if he were to freak out and jump up, that's concerning for his pole area. Also, there's a support post behind him. If he were to spook, he could run into that too, and that's not ideal. So if it were my facility, I would probably have a nice dedicated wash rack with cross ties, very spacious, enough for a large horse as him to be able to turn around, and 3 walls and then an opening would be my ideal place to tie and groom. Hoof pick, and then I'll be using your typical brushes, face brush, hard brush, curry. I'm actually going to go ahead and use this. This is a little shredder tool, but he has like globs of mud on him, so that's why I'm using this. It's not to get hair off, it's to get all this mud off. And I'm going to start up at the neck and work my way down. With this particular tool, I'm going in the direction of the hair. He's curious. I'm going to let him check him out, the tool, while I'm using it. Before I use it, just let him know, hey, it's okay. If he wasn't curious, I probably wouldn't let him check it out just because he is used to this. Or I wouldn't let him check it out for as long, but he is clearly very intrigued. Typically for grooming, you want the horse to stand still. Moving away, I'm just going to correct him, ask him to move back forward for me. And remind him to whoa. Hey, we're staying still right now. Anything with horses is usually consistency and repetition. As I'm grooming, since I'm going to be riding, I am looking for any sensitivity in any areas as I move over his body. Any signs that he's uncomfortable or sore. I'm currently not seeing anything. No, it's right. If he was this muddy in the summertime, I would just hose him down, but it is cold and we don't have warm water. So I don't want him wet, and I don't want to use cold water on him in cold weather. So this is the alternative. Alright, I had paused the video because that took a really long time, but I did both sides, from his neck all the way down his body, and I stopped about here. I did his belly, all of that. Next step is curry. This is the one using circular motion. I'm really short, sorry. I'm sure I just completely disappeared off the other side of him. Next is the hard comb, hard brush. And so I'm going to take all the way down his legs. What he just did with his mouth, he's a pretty mouthy horse, so that's pretty typical for him. If it's not typical for a horse, then reaching around like that and maybe kind of showing their teeth or using their teeth might be a sign of pain. So you might want to pay special attention to the area that you're touching if they're doing that. He's just really playful, curious, so that's pretty typical for him. We had a little friend join us. Little cat. One of the barn cats. Next, my soft brush. All the same area as the hard brush. And real quick, last is face brush. Oh, last hooves, real quick. All right, next is tacking. Like I said, I'm gonna do English. This is gonna be schooling, like I'm doing a lesson, or and some English shows don't require you to braid either, so excuse me. This could be like a schooling show as well that you could enter like this, but I'm gonna be doing it as if I was doing a typical lesson with a trainer. And grooming wise, I may have missed some spots. It is a lot more effective to just rinse them off if they're like that. It's really hard to get all of that mud off and dirt off that has been caked on just with brushes alone. But like I said, it's really cold. We don't have warm water. It's not a good setup for me to rinse them off right now. So we do what we can. So regular saddle pad first. And then my half pad. Thank you, wind. Saddle. And girth. Poker's like, get it together. What are you doing? I don't typically put it on all together because I like to line it up, but with this wind, I'm hoping the saddle helps lay it down some, but you gotta move over. On English girths, and I think maybe even some Western girths, in the middle of the girth, there's a little ring that you can hook your martingales and other things to. You want that right in the center of them. And that's how you know that the girth is on fitting right. I did 2 holes on the other side. I did straighten this side out. The saddle pad pull up into this saddle. I'm doing 1 hole for now because horses like to blow out, so he'll end up kind of shrinking a little bit almost. So before I get on, I'll retighten my girth. Your girth, you want to be able to fit 2 fingers in. All right, real quick, let's do the bridle. Actually, before bridle, I'm going to get myself ready to ride, so helmet. Gloves are a good idea. I already had them on because it is cold. But put my helmet on. I'm protected. If you're doing cross country, you might want a vest. Western, I don't think they typically do helmets. They have their cowboy hats. All right, now for bridle. I put the halter around his neck. It's something extra for me to have. I'm gonna go ahead and put, get off. The reins over. Pick up the noseband. They should accept it. I don't know if you can really see, I'm sorry, he's at a bad angle. They should accept it. And then I'm going to drop the noseband. I'm going to bring this up and over his ears. Throat latch first. You want this loose. You want to be able to fit your whole hand in there. And then I'm going to do his noseband. These pieces go under. Fingers, you want to be able to fit through all of the noseband pieces. This is a figure 8, so it has a couple more components than other types of nosebands. Whoa, oh, back up, please. We're not in the frame. And we are ready to go schooling.